Hi friends, it's Michelle Ladd, National Veteran Resources, and I am at the Lancer Legacy Ranch today in Maud, Texas with my new friend Larry.
Hi.
And Larry is an Army veteran, he's a combat veteran. We just spent some time today talking about his story, and he knows what my mission is. So can somebody just yell out to us and tell me, is my internet connection, can you hear me? I've been having some volume problems and some connection problems, so I'm just going to give it a moment. And if someone can just shout out to me and let me know, can you see me, can you hear me? You might not have, I didn't announce what time we were going on, so usually we'll get 1,000 views later. So nobody's on yet, I don't think. So, and they'll come on as we keep going. Sure. And you'll see them pop up there. So,
there's a lot
okay, whoever's liking, can you just comment, can you see us? I guess you're just telling us, yes, you can see us okay, our connection is good, and yes, you can hear me? Because, anybody out there? Okay. So, Larry, you served in what branch?
I was in the United States Army.
And how many years?
I did about 3.
Okay, and your MOS?
I was a 12 Bravo combat engineer.
Combat engineer. Larry has a Purple Heart.
Yep.
And was injured at war. And he's just shared with me that he had a TBI. And he had a lot of rough years. So I asked him to just share whatever he'd like to share. He knows what my mission is and why I'm here at Lancer Legacy Ranch. I'd like you to talk a little bit about your experience, a little bit maybe about Lancer Legacy Ranch and what you're doing here, and then also the service dogs that you had talked about. I think is pretty instrumental.
So I was in the Army. I was deployed over to Iraq in October of 06. We did route clearance, so we actively looked for IED emplacements, cleared roads for the other units to go through, whether they were convoys of supply or combat units going wherever they went. So we operated mainly in the Baghdad area, so around the Green Zone and outskirts of, all the way up to almost Sadr City.
Let's see what they say.
February of 07, we were hit by a roadside bomb. That's what caused my injury. I fractured my skull and had swelling on my brain. Had a concussion. MRI showed everything else, and sitting back home. I got out in May of 07, and 10 years later, I got my Purple Heart. It was issued to me, but I never knew about it until after.
Oh wow, 10 years.
Yeah, on my birthday.
On your birthday. You must have been so surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised when I found out about it. I had actually, I was forced to do my after action by my CO because I didn't want to do it because I knew they were putting me in for one, and so I did it and never heard anything about it. And then the next thing I know, I called one day to headquarters company and found out I had them, and they sent them to me. So,
did you? It's quite an honor, isn't it?
Some days.
How did you? No one's actually told me how they feel when they actually receive the Purple Heart.
It was bittersweet for me, to be honest. Because I wish I would have got it while I was still in service. That's the bitterness of it. And it's not really, Matt, who hopefully you guys will meet later. He calls it the Enemy Marksmanship Award, which is what it is, and so it's tough, I've put it in a box and put it away. I don't really look at it. I don't talk to it. I don't want to see it because it reminds me of what happened. So, but other than that,
I've heard that a lot.
I've got a combat action badge for it, and is what it is. We did our job, so.
You said you did your job.
Yeah, I did my job. My job was to make sure other units had safe travels, and we did that. So.
You're my hero today.
No.
They always tell me they're not a hero, but to me they are, and to most of us they are.
It's just a job, That's one of the things that always gets me is we get thanked, especially Memorial Day, which is the worst day to thank a veteran. But I don't like it. I always tell them, don't thank me. I just did my job, and that's what it was, you know. And I get to continue my job here at Lancer. I get to work with veterans every day. We get to help veterans that are in need here, whether they're homeless or they're dealing with alcohol or drug problems after they've gone to therapy. So, you know, it's rewarding. And then, of course, you know, everything I do with the VFW. So
Tell them a little bit about what you're doing with the VFW.
oh Lord, that's a long one. I'm a post commander for a local post. I am a district commander for the entire district here. I was a state chair for the student veterans throughout Texas. I did that for 3 years. I was a national aide de camp last year. I was on the bylaws and rituals committee last year. So I got to go to Kansas for the national convention. Know a lot of district commanders and a lot of post commanders, and so know all the senior leadership pretty well. So
That's awesome. I told Larry that as I travel the country, I would love to stop at the VFWs. Several of them have hosted me for the evening. I've stayed in their driveways and some of these other organizations out there as well. And so as I'm traveling, he's going to hook me up, and I hope to do some interviews and go thank the veterans at the VFW.
yeah, I'll make contact with a buddy of mine in Nashville and see what we can work out for you. I'm sure he'll be with it. So this is right in our wheelhouse. This is what we love to do. So that and the service dogs, it's my passion. So
Tell them about the service dogs.
there's a company out of New Orleans. If you look up, well, they're around New Orleans, I should say. If you look up USVSD, which stands for United States Veteran Service Dogs, they have an application. The dog is free to the veteran. They train it specifically for your needs. The CEO, his name is Cody Bellinger. He's a great guy, very passionate about what he does. Here in Texas, the way that they do the funding is it's done through department. So department gets money in, and then they set it aside, and that's what pays for the service dogs. Just in my area alone, we have 3 of them here. I have one. I have a golden retriever named Pearl. My senior vice commander that's outgoing, he has her sister.
Oh, really?
And then another staff member here, his name is Chris. Chris has Abe, who's actually over in the office today.
Yeah.
Matt raises one of the puppies that will be put in the program. His name is Dante. They do puppy raising. So any of you guys out there, if you want to raise a puppy for a veteran so that it will turn into a service dog, if you look me up on Facebook, Larry Levy Sr. is what you got to look for, and it's Levy. Send me a message, and we send them out all over the country. So if you want to raise one, let us know, and we'll get you hooked up with it.
I did not know that.
They do the raising for 14 months.
Wow.
So
I think that's awesome.
I love it. I have 3 of them at home. So I've got my service dog, and then we have 2 puppies that we're raising.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we're a madhouse with animals, so.
Isn't having a service dog so rewarding?
You know, it is. It's beneficial. It's helped me to be able to get out in the public a little bit more than I used to. I was pretty much a shut-in for a while.
You want to talk about that for just a minute? Like
Yeah,
what your experience was?
I came home from war. I hated everybody. That's just the best way to put it. I hated everybody.
I hear that a lot.
I hated myself more. I spent the better part of 9 years in a 1-bedroom apartment by myself. Just me and my Weimaraner that I had until she passed. My kids came over every other weekend. I didn't really go out and do anything. I drank a lot. I mean, a lot. It was the best way to numb the pain. I had multiple suicide attempts. I was institutionalized 3 times through the VA. It would have been 4, but I escaped off their floor. So my doctor called me. He called me. What was his name? It's from the Great Escape, and I can't think of his name. He died in a car crash. James Dean, right?
Oh, James Dean, yeah.
Yeah, that's what he called me.
Oh.
It all kind of came to a head in probably around 2000. say it was 2010, 2011. I was sitting in my shower in my apartment with a Glock 40 to my head. My ex-wife at the time came in, caught me, so to speak. Had the kids with her, rushed the kids out of the house, grabbed my cell phone, called one of my buddies who was a Marine combat vet, and he rushed over to the house and fought with me and took the gun out of my hands, and we sat in my shower and talked for a couple hours, and that's when I realized how bad things had gotten for me. And then I met Renee, who's the love of my life pretty much, takes good care of me.
Hey Renee, thank you so much.
She's the other part of how I got out of being a shut-in, because she forced me to live life again. So her and our daughter Alexis, and so I owe a lot to her. If it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be where I was at. I'd probably still be in my apartment. So
I've heard so much of that when our veteran was just giving up and ready.
I was ready.
I was
ready for the long good night, as they say. I was ready. I was tired. You still get that feeling every once in a while. You still get tired.
I've been told by many that it's a life sentence.
I don't want to think of it that way. I mean, it is, but I don't want to think of it that way. I mean, it depends on how you live your life, I guess. You know, I take that burden and try to push it into helping other people get out of that burden. And so I'll live with what happened and what I saw and what I went through for the rest of my life. My buddies do too, and you know, I just try to find a different way to channel it.
And what you're doing, he spends pretty much what I've seen all your time helping at Lancer Legacy Ranch and the VFW. So you found a purpose.
Yeah, I found a mission.
A mission.
I found a mission. I found a mission that works for me.
That's awesome. I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
Do you have a message that you could help me with? You know, my mission and my ministry, and I call my Operation 22 to 0. I'm talking to so many, and I'm reaching out there for PTSD and suicide prevention, and to get mental wellness checks, and there's so many out there that are into drinking and drugs and all that. Do you have something that you could say to my audience if they get to a certain point? What would you suggest that they do?
Get help. Talk to somebody. Vets don't like to talk to anybody but vets. It's just the way that we are. We don't talk about our problems. Reach out to somebody. You can reach me on my Facebook. Again, it's Larry Levy Sr. Last name is spelled Lima Echo Victor Yankee. You can get my email. It's larry.levy@ace.tamut.edu. Call my cell phone, 817-627-5219, day or night. I don't sleep a lot, as many of y'all probably don't. I'm always there if you need somebody. If I don't answer my phone, text me, send me a message, leave me a voicemail. I can find you help where you are, I promise you.
Friends, could you please share my interviews and our messages? Here's a veteran who's done it all, been through it, and he's sharing his contact information with the nation. So if you know of somebody that you think could use someone to talk to, tell them to reach out to Larry. And I have so many others that have offered their help. So the message is never give up hope or faith, and reach out to a veteran. I'm not a counselor, you know, I'm a mother of a veteran. I'm a great listener. Sometimes I don't always have the right advice, but I can offer you resources. And today, Larry's saying, contact me. So that is our message today.
Use me all you need me.
And you keep up the good work.
I'll try.
He stayed overtime just to do this interview with me, and it means a lot to me.
It meant a lot to me. I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to talk to you people.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'm in the driveway here until tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing interviews throughout the day with 3 or 4 other veterans. The founder, Matt's going to be coming here. So we're probably going to do a walk around. I have Channel 6 coming to do a news story.
Awesome.
And so please share our message. And it's so important. Veterans and first responders, that's who we're trying to reach out to. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. God bless everybody. Thank you.
Y'all have a great day.
Thank you for the love, support, and prayers. Bye-bye.